Hey everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Movies for Life, and welcome to this 1983 horror movie review video as part of my overall 1980s horror movie series. Um, so the movie we're going to take a look at today is another one that I watched for free on Tubi. So I don't have the physical media, and that is, I can honestly say, one of the most batshit movies I've ever seen before. And that movie is entitled Blood Beat from 1983. So yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about Blood Beat. So Bloodbeat is a 1983 supernatural slasher film written and directed by Fabrice Ange Zaffertos. Furitas. Fabrice Ange Fabrice and Zarafatas. No, that's not right. I'm going to get this right now. Just wait. Fabrice Ange. Fabrice Ange. Fabrice Ange Zafaritas. We'll go with it. The plot focuses on a young couple attending a family gathering for Christmas in a rural home when a spirit wearing samurai armor begins killing members of the family, two of whom have psychic abilities, and their neighbors. So Sarah accompanies her new boyfriend Ted at his family's farmhouse in rural Wisconsin for Christmas. Ted's artist mother, Kathy, immediately senses a psychic connection with Sarah that she cannot explain, which perturbs Sarah. Sarah goes with Ted, his mother's boyfriend Gary, his sister Dolly, and Uncle Peter on a hunting excursion in the woods. Sarah becomes upset when they prepare to shoot a deer and flees into the woods. While running through a grove of trees, Sarah is confronted by a man who has been eviscerated and who grabs onto her before dying. Police and paramedics arrive to recover the body of the man, whom none of them can identify. Disturbed by the incident, Sarah goes to bed early. Kathy tells Ted that she has seen Sarah before in visions. Late that night, Sarah opens a trunk to find samurai armor and a sword. Ted and Kathy find her awake in the bedroom, assuring her that the experience was nothing more than a dream. Sarah, unable to sleep, momentarily joins the rest of the family in the living room. Peter drives to town, but his truck crashes. He is approached by a figure, and his throat is slashed. So that's to set up the premise, the beginning of Bloodbeat. As far as the cast goes, we have Helen Benton as Kathy, Terry Brown as Gary, Dana Day as Dolly, James uh, Fitzgibbons as Ted, Claudia Payton as Sarah, Peter Spelson as Uncle Pete, Frank Miley as Paul, and Carol Wagner as Christine. So yeah, that's to set up the premise and the cast for the 1983 batshit horror movie Bloodbeat. Yeah, this movie, man, I don't even know where to begin. Or I'm glad there was a description there of it because I can expand a little bit on the description that I gave. The premise that you essentially have this girlfriend of the son who's I think she's got some ability she doesn't know about or something, but somehow this samurai ghost or whatever it is decides to cling on to her, and so as weird as this is, every time she climaxes, when she's fiddling with her bean or something or having sex, and that's when people are killed by this samurai ghost. So there's some sort of connection there. I'm not exactly sure how that works because, well, there's reasons for it that we'll get into with my cons on this movie, but yeah, and then you have this family, and it's a rural area. It's Christmas time. There's a ghost samurai out in the woods, and people get picked off by it. So it's a supernatural slasher film, like it says. You've got people getting picked off like a slasher, but it's by this sort of supernatural psychic entity or ghost or whatever it is. So that's in essence the movie. As far as things I liked about the movie, if you're a so bad it's good fan, especially for 80s movies, then this is the movie for you because this movie is just batshit. So much is so bad that it almost makes you can't turn away from it though. I mean, it's one of those. I would classify it as so bad it's good, although not on the high end of that. I don't think anybody should be able to watch this and think that it's a well-made movie or that it's just a straight-up good movie. If you enjoy this movie, you enjoy the so bad it's good aspects of it. Like the music and the score is absurd in this movie. A lot of like orchestra strings going on, trying to be creepy and comes off more as just cheesy funny. The acting is not very good across the board. Uh, there's just a lot here. But again, it does have that so bad it's good cheesy quality, early 80s cheese. So if you're somebody like that gets into those kind of movies, definitely check it out. I would say once the action starts to ramp up around the 35-minute mark, it's a pretty entertaining watch and romp, I would say. As I said, it's hard to look away from. You know how bad it is, everything that's going on, but yet I couldn't turn it off or look away. So it has that going for it. Some of the kills, I would say, there's about 5 to 8 kills in the movie. I'm just kind of spitballing it, but some of the kills are pretty good where they're stabbed with the samurai sword. There's some blood and gore there, at least the aftermath of it. So I do think the kills have slasher quality to them. And then I do like the Wisconsin rural Christmas setting. I like the fact that I wouldn't call it a straight up like Christmas horror movie, but it is definitely set at Christmas. But I really like more of the rural Wisconsin part, in part because I live in rural Wisconsin, you might say. So that definitely had a connection for me and something that I enjoyed about this movie, like the hunting in the woods and everything. Even though a lot of that shit was weird in the movie, the dialogue and whatnot. But yeah, those are the things that I kind of liked about the movie. It has some TNA in it as well as I said, related to this son's girlfriend Sarah's some kind of some kind of connection with her climaxing and people being killed by this ghost samurai. Like I said, I think there's more that meets the eye to Sarah, which the mom seems to know about than anybody else. Even she doesn't know about till the end. As far as things I didn't like about the movie, cons, the first half hour is incredibly boring with bad, pointless dialogue. It really takes a while for anything to really happen. I guess if you want to call it slow burn, you can. But I don't even know if the movie's good enough to earn that right. But yeah, the first 30 minutes is like, what am I watching here? It feels like the lowest budget, almost shot on video, just random people like in real life talking, not even actors. And it's just I was almost done with it if it wouldn't have ramped up when it did. A lot of the acting's pretty bad, with few exceptions, like Helen Benton, who plays Kathy. She's certainly the standout in the movie as far as acting goes, which is a pretty low bar to begin with. But the rest of them, I mean, interestingly enough, and not surprisingly, a lot of them never did another acting gig. This was the only movie they were ever in. So I mean, it kind of has a feel like this was like local small town actors. Not This isn't like a Hollywood production or anything, but like they took people from like a very local small theater kind of area or something. But yeah, none of them other than Helen Benton and maybe one other did anything else like ever besides this movie. So that should tell you everything you need to know. But yeah, the acting is not good. It's part of the so bad it's good. Um, Nothing really makes any sense in this movie, and nothing is ever explained. AKA, you have a couple of psychics, and then by the end of the movie, apparently you have more people that have psychic abilities, and it's like this movie has no rules. Basically, this universe that Fabrice Ainge Zephyritas made was like he just wanted to create like this completely no rules, no structure, no anything. Let's just throw as much shit against the wall as we can and see how much of it sticks. That's kind of what this movie feels like, is things that happen for no reason or for no explanation. It's very weird. It's just very weird. And yeah, it's just there's a lot of psychic abilities. There's a lot of how the people use those psychic abilities, how they never knew they had psychic abilities, all of a sudden they have psychic abilities. It's a WTF kind of movie in that regard. Has some of the worst cheesy digital effects ever put to screen, in my opinion. That's kind of what I was getting at with the psychic abilities. Like people like have these like was it green or yellow? I don't even remember. Like glowing hands. That's how you know they're using their psychic abilities, because we can't tell from the acting because they're not good enough actors to emote that. So. And then you also have the samurai's got this blue glow around them, and I guess that's how we know that it's a ghost. But I tell you, man, I know it's early 80s and there's some really bad digital cheesy like laser effects and things like that, but this one might be the worst I've ever seen. Again, so bad it's good? Sure. So bad that it's bad? Yes. You're gonna have to decide that for yourself. But I guess the glowing hands were red. That's what I put down. I don't know, red, yellow, green, doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. It's just bad. And then, like I said, the glowing samurai. The score to this movie is also really irritating at times. A lot of just like orchestra strings. I think they were trying to be creepy with it, but it just comes off as cheesy funny to me, and even annoyance at times. When they really try to, it's kind of a big score. Like they really use these strings a lot, and I think sometimes it almost like is too much. The ending of the movie between Sarah, Ted, and Dolly. Not sure if they just completely ran out of money going into this final confrontation scene, but it's the most cutaway, unsatisfying ending in terms of actually seeing anything, other than the glowing hands, of course, and the glowing samurai that Sarah is now wearing. If you know, you know. Um, it's just, and then the credits roll. I mean, it's like, what the hell? I mean, it's bad, man. It's just a bad movie, but like I said, it does fit into the so bad it's good category. I had a hard time figuring out what to give this movie, but I'm going to go with a 5.5 out of 10, which some of you might think, given my review, that's high. Um, if I'm grading it on just like a movie for technical quality, it'd be more like a 3.5, 4 out of 10. But I am putting it into that so bad it's good category. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to rush out and buy it. I know that there's a surprisingly a Blu-ray of this movie up from Vinegar Syndrome, I believe. I'm not sure why they decided to pick it up, but they did. So there's a physical copies out there, but I'll have to see it. So I'm not going to rush out and get it, but I would watch it again, especially with friends. The so bad it's good cheesy '80s movie. That's why I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10. Is for that aspect of it. So go ahead and comment down below if any of you guys have ever seen Blood Beat before from 1983. What your thoughts are on it. I'd be curious to hear. Please like this video, hit the little notification bell, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would really help me out for the future content of my channel going forward. But with all that being said, I hope you're enjoying these 1983 horror movie reviews as part of my larger series. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay scared. Bye.